Are you tired of flowers that die after 2 weeks? What if I told you there are gorgeous blooms that practically take care of themselves, flowering for months with minimal effort? Today I'm sharing 10 bulletproof flowers that even the laziest gardener can't kill. These plants will give you year-round color while you sit back and enjoy your coffee. I'm going to teach you exactly how to plant and maintain these incredible low-maintenance flowers. Each one has been tested by thousands of gardeners who want maximum beauty with minimum work. By the end of this video, you'll know which zones they grow in, how to plant them properly, and the simple maintenance tricks that keep them blooming all season long. Flower 1. Marigolds. Let's start with the ultimate beginner's flower, marigolds. These workhorses bloom from spring until the first hard frost and actually thrive on neglect. Growing zones 2 through 11, grown as annuals everywhere. How to plant. Wait until after your last frost date. Choose a sunny spot with any type of soil. Marigolds actually prefer poor soil, so don't add fertilizer. Dig holes twice as wide as your seedling pots and the same depth. Space plants 6 to 8 inches apart. Water them in well, then step back. Maintenance. Here's the beautiful part, marigolds need almost nothing. Water only when the top 2 inches of soil feel dry. Deadhead spent blooms by pinching them off with your fingers. This takes 30 seconds per plant and keeps them blooming. But here's a secret, even if you forget to deadhead, they'll keep flowering anyway. Pro tip. Let some flowers go to seed at the end of summer. Marigolds self-seed freely, so you'll have free plants next year with zero effort on your part. Flower 2. Zinnia. Zinnias are like marigold's glamorous cousin, absolutely stunning and nearly indestructible. They come in every color except blue and bloom continuously from summer to frost. Growing zones 3 through 10 as annuals. How to plant. Plant after soil warms to 60 degrees. Zinnias hate cold, wet soil. Choose full sun and well-draining soil. Sow seeds directly in the garden, half an inch deep and 4 to 6 inches apart. Or transplant seedlings after hardening them off for a week. Maintenance. Water at soil level, not on the leaves. This prevents powdery mildew. When plants reach 6 inches tall, pinch out the center growing tip. This forces the plant to branch out and produce more flowers. Water deeply once a week during dry spells. Deadhead regularly, and you'll have armloads of cut flowers all summer. Pro tip. Choose tall varieties like State Fair mixes for spectacular 4-foot giants, or Profusion series for compact disease-resistant plants that practically maintain themselves. Flower 3. Catmint. Now we move to perennials, plants you plant once and enjoy for years. Catmint is the perfect lazy gardener's perennial, blooming from spring through fall, with just one simple maintenance task. Growing zones 3 through 8. How to plant. Choose a sunny to partially shaded location with well-draining soil. Dig a hole twice as wide as the root ball and the same depth. Plant in spring or fall, water thoroughly, then apply 2 inches of mulch around the plant, keeping mulch away from the stem. Maintenance. This is ridiculously simple. In mid-July, cut the entire plant back by half using pruning shears. Within 3 weeks you'll have fresh new growth and a second flush of flowers that last until frost. That's literally the only maintenance required. Pro tip. Catmint is drought tolerant after the first year and actually performs better with less water. It's deer and rabbit resistant, and bees absolutely love it. Flower 4. Black-eyed Susan. Black-eyed Susans are native wildflowers that have adapted to thrive in your local conditions. They're like having a professional gardener working for free. Growing zones 3 through 9. How to plant. Plant in spring in full sun to partial shade. They tolerate any soil type, even clay. Dig holes the same depth as the root ball and twice as wide. Space plants 12 to 18 inches apart. Water well after planting, then apply mulch. Maintenance. Once established, these plants are virtually maintenance-free. Water deeply once a week only during severe drought. Deadhead spent flowers for continuous blooming, or leave the seed heads for winter interest and bird food. The seed heads look beautiful covered in snow and provide food for goldfinches. Pro tip. Black-eyed Susans self-seed readily. In 2 to 3 years, you'll have natural drifts of flowers spreading across your garden beds without any effort from you. Flower 5. Sedum. Sedums are succulent flowers that prove you can have spectacular blooms with almost zero water. They're perfect for hot, dry locations where other plants struggle. Growing zones, 3 through 9, depending on variety. How to plant. Choose a location with excellent drainage. Sedums rot in wet soil. Dig in some coarse sand or perlite if your soil is heavy clay. Plant in spring, spacing them 12 to 18 inches apart. Water once after planting, then step back. Maintenance. This is the ultimate lazy gardener's plant. Water deeply only when soil is completely dry, usually once every 2 to 3 weeks in summer. Never fertilize sedums. Rich soil makes them grow too tall and flop over. Cut the entire plant back to 2 inches in late winter. Pro tip. Autumn fire sedum has gorgeous burgundy fall foliage and pink flowers that last from August through October. The dried flower heads provide winter structure and look beautiful against snow. Flower 6. Daylilies. Don't let the name fool you. Each flower lasts one day, but each plant produces dozens of buds for months of continuous blooms. Modern daylilies are bred for extended flowering periods. Growing zones, 3 through 9. How to plant. Plant in spring or fall in full sun to partial shade. Daylilies adapt to almost any soil, but prefer well-draining conditions. Dig holes the same depth as the root ball and twice as wide. Space plants 18 to 24 inches apart. Maintenance. Remove spent flowers daily. This takes about 30 seconds per plant and prevents seed formation, which extends the blooming period. Cut back foliage to 6 inches in late fall after it yellows. Divide clumps every 4 to 5 years by digging up the entire clump and separating it into sections. Pro tip. Choose repeat blooming varieties like Stella de Oro for flowers from May through September. These workhorses bloom rest for 2 weeks, then bloom again all season long. Flower 7. Coreops. Coreops, also called tick seed, is a native wildflower that produces thousands of bright yellow flowers from early summer until frost. It's virtually indestructible once established. Growing zones, 4 through 9. How to plant. Plant in spring in full sun and well-draining soil. Coreops actually prefers poor soil. Rich soil makes plants flop over. Space plants 12 to 15 inches apart. Water after planting, then reduce watering as plants establish. Maintenance. Deadhead spent flowers by cutting stems back to the next set of buds. If plants get leggy in midsummer, cut the entire plant back by half mile. It will regrow and bloom again in 3 to 4 weeks. No fertilizing needed ever. Pro tip. Let some flowers go to seed for natural reseeding. Coreops creates beautiful naturalized colonies over time, filling in gaps in your garden beds automatically. Flower 8. Salvia. Salvias are heat-loving bloomers that actually perform better in hot weather when other flowers struggle. They're perfect for challenging sunny locations. Growing zones. Annual varieties grow in all zones. Perennial varieties thrive in zones 5 through 10. How to plant. Plant after all danger of frost has passed. Choose full sun and well-draining soil. Space annual varieties 8 to 12 inches apart. Perennial varieties 12 to 18 inches apart. Pinch the growing tips when plants are 4 inches tall to encourage bushier growth. Maintenance. Remove spent flower spikes by cutting them back to the next set of leaves. This promotes continuous blooming. Water weekly during hot weather. Annual salvias self-seed readily if you allow some flowers to set seed. Pro tip. Victoria Blue Salvia is particularly reliable, staying compact and blooming from spring until frost with minimal care. The deep purple-blue color combines beautifully with any other flower. Flower 9. Cosmos. Cosmos are delicate-looking flowers that are surprisingly tough. They actually prefer poor soil and dry conditions, making them perfect for neglectful gardeners. Growing zones, 2 through 11 as annuals. How to plant. Direct sow seeds in spring after soil warms, or start with transplants. Choose a sunny location with poor to average soil. Rich soil produces lots of leaves but few flowers. Scatter seeds on prepared soil and barely cover them. Space transplants 12 inches apart. Maintenance. Here's the beauty of Cosmos. They thrive on neglect. Water only during severe drought once plants are established. Deadhead spent flowers for continuous blooming, but allow some to go to seed for next year's free plants. Pro tip: Cosmos self-seed so readily that many gardeners plant them once and have them forever. They create beautiful naturalized areas that look professionally designed but require zero maintenance. Flower 10. Lantana. Our final flower is lantana, a heat-loving bloomer that actually performs better in hot, dry conditions. While other flowers wilt in summer heat, lantana thrives. Growing zones: 8 through 11 as perennials, 2 through 7 as annuals. Plant after soil warms in late spring. Choose the hottest, sunniest location in your garden. Space plants 18 to 24 inches apart in well-draining soil. Water thoroughly after planting. Maintenance: this is incredibly simple. Lantana is self-cleaning, meaning spent flowers drop off automatically. No deadheading required. Water deeply once a week until established, then water only during severe drought. In zones 8 through 11, trim back by 1/3 in early spring. Pro tip: lantana blooms better with some stress. The hotter and drier conditions get, the more flowers you'll have. It's perfect for problem areas where other plants struggle. These 10 flowers prove you can have a spectacular garden without spending every weekend maintaining it. The secret is choosing plants that are naturally adapted to your growing conditions and thrive with minimal intervention. Remember 3 key principles. First, group plants with similar water needs together for efficient care. Second, mulch heavily to reduce watering and weeding by 80%. Third, choose native or well-adapted plants that are designed to succeed in your climate. Start with just 2 or 3 of these flowers this season. Plant them properly, give them basic care, then sit back and enjoy months of beautiful blooms with minimal effort. Your lazy gardener's paradise awaits, and it's easier to achieve than you ever imagined. Happy gardening.